see in the background, there is the Transporter Bridge. I went for a haircut this morning. Turkey legs are gone like a bit berserk. But anyway. Right, Transporter Bridge behind me, one of the icons of Middlesbrough. In fact, there isn't much icons of Middlesbrough, but this is one of them though. And the Transporter Bridge basically works as two towers. The bridge is at high level and the roadway is moved on wires from one bank to the other. It's called a gondola. We've always called it a Transporter Bridge. It does have other names for this particular type of bridge, but you know what? I get going about these things and then I forget the damn names of things. But there you go. So, the Transporter Bridge. So I'm going to give you a little look around here. But before that, we had a marvellous run into Deeside yesterday. Very fast going, 26 miles in no time at all. So in a matter of hours it was good. Flat, wind behind me, and yeah, no hills of any description really. A few little bits and pieces, but nothing of any very fast riding. But we're here now, Middlesbrough, and here's our start of a tour of the northeast. I hope I can show you some highlights of the northeast, places that should be visited, and to talk about a bit of the history about these places and the accessibility for myself and others in wheelchairs, buggies. So this is the Transporter Bridge. It was, now then, my history. I'll get it wrong. I do believe it was something like 19 or 11. It was either 11 or 09. I'm going to go for 09. Right. In them days there was no welding. They didn't have the means of doing welding in that particular time, so this bridge is actually built all out of rivets, just like a massive, great big Meccano set. So yeah, it is, like I said, I think, a marvellous piece of engineering. There is actually about 11 of this particular type of bridge in various parts of the world, not all in this country. So I'll just stop it there, let Dan try and put all the videos together, and I'll show you different views from different angles and different things that I know about. But don't take it from me that this is gospel, because I have a habit of getting my history wrong, and then your local people come along and then stupid Yorkshire imbecile. Yeah, I'll do my best. So what you're looking at here is the winding, building. The only thing I can say. Can you see the cables that go? I'm sure you can. The cables that are going through the roof. They would have pulled the. Well, let's take my description with a pinch of salt, because it may not be quite right. But the cables then pull the gondola from one side of the river to the other. The machine driving it would have been inside this building here. Just coming across, panning across. That there is the bridgeman's cottage. Obviously would have lived in there in his day, and wherever the gondola needed to move, it would have been on site ready to do that. I'll just try and run over around in my wheelchair. Forgive me, it's a bit bumpy. This is a new thing. This is the visitors centre, but unfortunately there's no visitors, because like most things in Teesside, it's shut. yeah, at the moment, we may be wrong again in what we. I'm going to try and just get myself in the shade so I can see a little bit better. It's better for me. I don't think it's any good for you. We'll just try and give you some idea of the scale of the thing. Whoa! What a piece of engineering this is. Absolutely fantastic. You can just see there's the gondola. That's the bit of the thing that's manoeuvres across the river there. I have seen a piece of footage at some point, a very old piece of footage of when they opened it. They were all sat there on the gondola, all in the top hats and all the rest of it. And some old fool was stood too near the edge. The gondola moved to go across the river, and he fell down the hole between the this side of the river and the gondola. Oh dear, not very good, eh? Yeah, right. So yes, we can now. I hope you can. Can get some idea and scale of the riveting. God knows how many rivets ever went into that thing. Right, I'll try and move around the corner and we'll have a little bit of a better look from another angle. Right, we're back on again. I hope you're getting a good view of this, the bridge. Like I say, absolutely bang on piece of engineering is this. Now I believe, well I'm sure it was, I'm sure this piece is right, that it was basically in its position that it was in, and what it was really for was, you've got to remember that Middlesbrough one time was a steel city. I mean, it was making steel for every specialist steel for all sorts of jobs all over the world, including the railways, which we will get a chance to talk about too. We've heard me talk about my heroes, the Brunels, but there is the local two father and son, the Stevensons, which we will talk about. Anyway, going back to this bridge, yeah, it was mainly, I think, to get the steel workers across to the side that I'm on currently, which is the south bank. So they would have been transporting the workers across to the south bank for the steelworks, which was once here, unfortunately no longer. All these things have come to an end, unfortunately, with recessions and the steel industry mainly going to now India. So there we go. I'm looking down the river there. This would have been absolutely thriving. It still does have ships coming in and unloading at T-Sport, but to be quite honest, there's very little left here any longer. We are looking down the river there, looking towards Redcar. Poor old Redcar. It keeps on getting boosted up and it comes back to life, and then they take away what industry it has and it ends up back down again, and then promise this and promise that. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to move to some little different sites to give you some different angles of the Transporter Bridge. And I've just noticed down there, there's sign which is probably going to tell us the dates, and I'm probably going to be totally wrong and be a right arse. There you go. I'm going to have a look and see what them dates were.